now. Lauren Wright's here, professor of political science and polling at Princeton University. It's good to see you, Lauren. I've got a theory here, and that is that President Trump feels as though he only is winning when he is aggrieved and in the media and being discussed, and the media is focused on other things right now, so he's trying to get attention.
He could be in the media for all sorts of other things besides being indicted and charged. I'm probably one of the only people still saying this, but there's absolutely no evidence these trials are helping him, especially in a general election environment. What we know is what the New York Times said, which I thought was a very interesting phrase. His dominance is undiminished. And so, yes, maybe it's not hurting him right now, but it's certainly not helping. And what he needs to be doing is attacking Joe Biden on policies and substance and international relations. It's very, very hard to lose re-election as an incumbent president. It's nearly impossible during times of war. And so Trump's focusing on the wrong stuff to get the attention.
You say that there's very little evidence that these trials or these indictments, and some of which pretty clearly are politically motivated, to be fair, are helping him. Yet we look at the polling, and after each one of the indictments, he goes up. In fact, he has the widest margin he's ever had over Ron DeSantis. Now, after all of this, when he wasn't saying anything and when he wasn't being indicted, DeSantis was, what, 15 or 20 points closer than he is now.
Right. So look at what else is happening in the political environment. People are paying more attention. That can easily increase his position in the polls. Ron DeSantis is simultaneously tanking. That can increase Trump's position in the polls. And by the way, the evidence is really mixed, and before and after polling is one of the worst forms of evidence because there's so many other things going on. And in the documents case, the Mar-a-Lago situation, there was a decrease. And so there are some of these where you see decreases, some where you see increases. You can't track it to these indictments. I'm sorry.
Interesting. All right, well, we'll see what happens, because he loves, as we know, he loves the attention, and he loves having something to fight against. All right, Lauren, thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.